In this demonstration, we're going to look at creating and using an automated pool in VMware View 5. Now, the purpose of an automated pool is to allow the virtual center server to provision virtual machines on demand or provision the virtual machines up front. So what we have here is we have a self-managed pool of virtual machines in which the virtual center server is responsible for creating virtual machines as required. So what we're going to do here is we're going to click the Add button for the pools. We're going to go for an automated pool. So as you can see, we're going to get the features of VMware vCenter virtual machines. They're going to be support with View Composer, which is linked mode clone. And we're also going to have a look at the fact that it supports local mode and PC over IP. So what we'll do here is we'll just select Next. We're going to go for a dedicated automated pool. Now, a dedicated one is where the users assign the virtual machine at first login and they keep hold of that virtual machine. So the users are allowed to modify the desktop in any way they require because they know that they will always get that virtual machine back. And we'll enable automatic assignment as well, just so that if the user does connect to the pool, they will automatically be assigned a virtual machine. So if we scroll this down a little bit here, what we can see, it supports View Composer, local mode yet again, which is offline desktops, and the PC over IP protocol. So we'll select Next. We're going to go for full virtual machines because I don't currently have View Composer installed. vCenter Server 08 here is responsible for provisioning my virtual machines, so we'll select Next. We'll give it a name, and what we'll do here is we'll just call it the sales pool. And the display name for these virtual machines, or pool themselves, will be sales-xp. We're going to stick it in the view folder of the sales department, and we'll stick in the description here of a dedicated pool. So now we've done that, we'll just select Next. What we've got is we've got various options in place here. So we can enable the pool. We can set up the connection server restrictions with the tags. We've got the option here that if the users do something with the virtual machine, what action do we want to take? So the remote desktop power policy, take no action. So if the virtual machine is powered off, it's powered off. If it's powered on, it's powered on. What I want to do here is, just in case my users do shut down their virtual machines, I want the virtual machines to be powered back up again. Because if the user connects through to a virtual desktop and it's overnight or I'm on holiday, there has to be somebody there to power it on. In this case, the actual virtual center server and the VMware View environment will take care of that powering on. Automatically log off after disconnect, we're going to leave as never. We will allow the users to restart their desktop just in case they have any issues with it. We'll stick with the PC over IP protocol. What we'll also do here as well is we'll allow the users to choose their protocol, and currently, as you can see here, the Windows 7 3D rendering is disabled. We'll set the maximum number of monitors to 1 because I only have a single monitor, and I'll leave the resolution as is. I won't bother with any of the Adobe Flash settings for the bandwidth control. I'll leave them as default. We'll then select Next. And what we want to do here is we want to enable provisioning when the pool is finished. We want to stop provisioning on error, such as I run out of disk space. And in the case of the naming pattern, I'm just going to make this sales-08-xp. So these will be the computers that will get created. So we'll get sales-08-xp1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. The maximum number of desktops in this pool will specify 4. And what we'll do here is we'll specify the number of spare powered on desktops to be 1. And I'll provision the desktops on demand, and we'll keep a minimum of 2 desktops in the pool. Now that we've done all of that, we'll select Next. We'll specify the template used for this virtual machine pool, and we'll go with the template I have in place, which is an XP template. We'll specify the VM folder where we want the virtual machine to be created, and we'll just go with the training data center. We'll specify the host or cluster that's going to be responsible for running these virtual machines, and we specify ASXi08.qavdc.com. We'll then specify the resource pool, and that's going to be my desktop's resource pool. And then what we'll do is we'll specify the data store to store the virtual machines, and what we'll do here is we'll just specify one data store, and we specify our shared VMs. So we'll click OK at this point here, and as you can see, I've got more than enough space. So we'll click OK, select Next. We'll specify the customization specification to actually be used to make these virtual machines unique, and we'll go with the Windows XP custom spec. Select Next again. Now we've done all of this, we'll just quickly read through the summary. We're happy with everything within there, so we'll click the Finish button. What we need to do before any users can use this, we need to actually entitle this pool as well. So we'll just come to Entitlements, we'll select the Add button, and what we'll do here is I have a group called View Users. So we'll turn off the tick box for users, and all I'll do here is I'll just specify my view users group. So we'll find that group, click OK, click OK. Now that's all done, click OK again. Right, so we've now entitled this. So what I'll do is I'll just come to my Virtual Center server, and what we can see down here, we've created the folder where those virtual machines are going to live. So if we come to the inventory and just have a look at VMs and templates, what we can see within here is we can see we've got a folder created, and what we should find in a little bit is we should start to see the virtual machines getting created. So I'll just pause the video at this point here, and we'll return back once the virtual machines start to get created. Right, so now what we've got here is, if we just highlight this, I told it to have a minimum of 2 desktops created, and as you can see, it's now creating 2 desktops. So what we'll do is we'll just allow the virtual machines to get created. Once they're created, we'll go over to our View client and just ensure we can log on. So at this point here, I'm just going to pause the video for a little bit, just while the virtual machines are being created. Right, so as we can see, we've got at least 2 virtual machines created now. I've told it to have a maximum pool size of 4 virtual machines, and as we can see, it's created all 4. So I told it to keep a minimum of 2, or it's decided to create 4 at this point here. So what we'll do now is we just need to verify that this actually does work. So we'll just connect to our client machine. And then in our client machine, what we're going to do here is we're just going to come into the VMware View client. And then within the VMware View client, what we're going to do is we're just going to log into the client, and we're just going to verify that we can access those new desktops. So we'll just connect to our connection server. Right, we'll just log in as one of our View users. And we'll just log in. What we should see on the list now, we can see our Sales XP desktop, so we'll just connect here. And then what we should get is we should get the Sales XP desktop show up. There you go, we have our Sales XP desktop. So that's the end of the demonstration of creating an automated pool within the VMware View Administrator using the Virtual Center Server to provision the virtual machines. Thank you.